Everybody, Chad, nobody else's auto. 7 o'clock Sunday evening, time for some Sunday night live chat, more Sunday night shenanigans. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. A lot of people already on with us on YouTube. Ryan and Amy are here, throwing sparks. Jeff from Canada, numero uno. Norma's on. Pete's here. Jim's back. Looks like we are connecting over on Facebook as well. So we'll see how things go over there, getting connected over there, getting people on. Kevin L's back. Frank's here. Mark Falcon's on. Can't hang out for tonight, but that's glad you made it for a while, Mark. How about we throw one of those up there real quick before you get out of here? So let's see. Looks like we are going on Facebook as well. Let's see if we're getting a few people on over there too, the way it looks. Lee from New York's here. So as always, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. As you see me glancing back and forth, I'm watching two monitors, two sets of comments. Mike from New Waverly, Texas is here. So as you see me glancing back and forth, or you hear me discussing a comment you don't see, it's probably on the other format. Billy Bowman's here. Anyway, if you guys saw some of the pictures, you know it's been a snowy weekend here, so I've pretty much been in the shop the whole time or the last couple of days, but that's okay. I got some stuff done I need to get done here. Yesteryears is here. Randy's on with us. He's going to be bouncing back and forth between an auction. No, that's understandable, Randy. That's definitely justified. Speaking of Randy, you guys are going to want to make sure you stick around for the raffle discussion here a little later, because Randy kind of outdid himself. So the raffle just got a lot more interesting for here in 2 weeks. We're going to give that stuff away. So you want to stick around for that for sure. Tony's here with us. No problem. Number one, we'll get it worked out. Not a big deal. Deloney V8 Motorsports is here. Brian Dispatch is half here. Well, hey, that's better than none here, Brian. Scott's on with us. Anyway, what's been happening? Ryan and Amy are working on the big Studebaker. That was a pretty clean truck, and they come through and picked up a few pieces for it. So excited to hear that's coming back together. We'll give you a Hudson badge while we're at it. And before we get too deep into anything, a little bit of housekeeping, as we always do. Please double check your autocorrect before you hit send. If autocorrect has changed your comment to gibberish that I can't make out, I will skip it and go over. So please double check your autocorrect before you hit send. If you are watching on the Nobody Show page on Facebook, I cannot see those comments. This is a shared video from the Nobody Else's Auto page on Facebook. You'll need to be on the Nobody Else's Auto page or the Nobody Show channel on YouTube if you want to comment, participate in the auctions, etc., etc. If you just want to hang out and watch, perfect, not a problem. Alan from Arizona is here. Big Block 402 made it back tonight. We got all kinds of cool stuff on the block tonight. Boxes are restocked, refilled, ready to go. So we got some cool stuff in there as well. Trolls, obviously, I'm going to ignore the trolls. You guys do a great job of running them off, making sure they know they're not welcome. Obviously, we don't want this to have to go to subscriber only or even membership only to participate. So you guys are great with making sure the trolls know that they are not welcome, and I will ignore them. So if you see them commenting, I ignore them because that's what they want is my attention. Super chats, we've had a few super chats thrown out there over the last few weeks. Super chats are always awesome. Super appreciate the fact that you guys throw some super chats up there. Think highly enough of what we're doing to do that. Throw a share out there. Let you know that for your friends that we are on, if they want to come hang out with us and talk about old cars as well. So always having a lot of fun on there. Have not seen any comments on Facebook at all as of yet. If anybody is on there and commenting, they are not feeding right now. So Bill Wagman's here with us. So anyway, one other thing is I've got a scratchy throat tonight, so we're going to see how long I can make it. We'll see if I get through the whole night or not. I've been drinking water like crazy the last couple of days. I think I drank 6 32-ounce glasses of water yesterday. I've had several today, but still, I've still got a little bit of a scratchy throat. So if my voice does go, then that's what'll happen. But that's what's going on. Scott's here with us, so hope we're more exciting than the Cowboys are tonight. So apparently, if you're a Cowboys fan, you probably aren't having a good evening, according to Scott. So Ozark Fox made it back tonight. Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff hanging behind us. So it's going to get even more interesting. Number one, Alex is here with us tonight as well. PFF Flyer made it back. That's what I'm trying to stay hydrated. That's for sure. But I've still got a scratchy throat. So Um, one other question: we still haven't figured out who got the little comic book in their grab box. So if you got that, let us know. We know that I think Norma and Tweedledee each got a $20 bill, but somebody else got that little tiny comic book. So we never did figure out whose box that ended up in. Speaking of which, also, I was looking actually, since we did get a ton of snow here, as we saw the pictures, I've basically been in the shop the whole time. Alex here with us on Facebook. Did a lot of cleaning, a lot of picking up. I found quite a bit of stuff. Ken from Michigan's back. Found a whole box of mobile cans that I had gotten buried. So got a few of those in the box tonight. Obviously, I didn't want to do a bunch of them. I didn't want to have 10 different mobile cans just for tonight. We mixed a few in tonight, but we'll have some more different mobile cans we'll be mixing in that I found a box of. Found some more badges as I was cleaning some stuff, plus some other stuff that we're going to try tonight to see if you guys like it or not. I don't know, some different stuff we haven't sold before. Got some of that stuff mixed in. Kenny's here with us. Kenny Peterson made it. So we've got I did actually get some things accomplished in the shop this weekend. It didn't seem like much, but I did. I actually cleaned off another table in the office, the whole table and desk over there that I haven't been able to see for like 5 years. I can actually see pretty much the whole top of it. So that was definitely a win. But since it was snowed pretty much all day yesterday, but today it was mid-30s and sunny. So a good chunk of it, fortunately, is gone already. Hopefully it will, the rest of it will be gone here in the next day or two. So that's right. Number one, weather force cleanups are usually when the gold is dug up. And I did find some stuff, and some of it's going to be up tonight on the auction block for you guys as well. Got all the car guys back. Yeah, Pete, we can make a calendar out of that. And actually, I've got another gallery that I'm going to load to Facebook tomorrow, probably, of some more snowy car pictures that I shot yesterday. So, yeah, and I don't want any more of it, Ozark. I don't want it at all. X-Ray Dean made it tonight. Brian's here with us. David W. is on. Gary on Facebook, he liked the pictures of the cars in the snow. It was kind of fun, kind of different. Like I said, I got a whole nother gallery, about another dozen or 15 more of them to post that I'll probably throw up tomorrow on Facebook. So I'm glad you guys like that. I'm just kind of messing around with them and kind of seeing what came out of it. So there will be some more snowy car pictures to come, but hopefully there won't be many more snowy car pictures for the rest of the year. Is it Ratchet? The book start with Ratchet? I don't remember. I don't even remember what the comic book was, Alec. It was one of those little, about 4-inch, real thick 30s comic books. So you might have got it, Alec. I bet it wasn't in one of your boxes, but I don't remember the name of it. It was it's been a few weeks back now, but yeah, there was only one box that got one of those little, like 3 or 4 inch square, about inch thick little comic books. So that, so Alec must have got it. So, because we hadn't figured that one out yet. Let's see. How much snow do we get? I think about 4 or 5 inches altogether, but it's pretty much gone at this point. Alec did get it. So, okay. Alec got the comic book. Norma got a 20 and Tweedledee got a 20 out of those boxes. Don't let the snow cross into Oklahoma. I don't want any more of it, period. So I actually did take some honey right after dinner. Shayla made me take some honey before I came down here. So we did try that bill as well. I don't want any more snow either, Mike. So it's snow this late in Kansas means more dead bugs and tall crops. I don't know. We'll see. I don't really want any more of it. So. Pete says Arkansas is supposed to get hit Tuesday or Wednesday. Scott must have been an hour with a snowblower this morning. Old School's here with us. Let's see. Alex, they're expecting 6 to 10 inches. You guys can keep all of it. I'm done with it. We got a little bit. It was white. It's over. It's done. It's gone. Randy's back. He won a bonded gas station sign. Sweet. It's always exciting when you get signs. Mark's on with us on Facebook as well. Winning a sign is always exciting at an auction. But one thing I did find, another thing, on top of the fact I found more cans, more badges, more emblems, and some paper stuff, and I found my notes from when we started this thing. And we are almost to our 3-year anniversary. I knew it was coming up. No, I didn't find another kitten. Heavens no, I got enough of those things anyway. I don't need any more of those. Found the notes when I started this thing. So here, coming up in a few weeks, will be our official 3-year anniversary. So that's kind of crazy. Maybe we ought to do something special for that. Maybe we'll do 3 years already. That's right, Ryan and Amy. It's weird. And you guys still keep coming back. That's what's even weirder. So that will be coming up. I don't know what we'll do. It's not a huge deal, but it's worth mentioning, I think, that we've been up to this for 3 years. So I think this thing will be wore out by now. But old school is not weird. Yesteryears, that's right. Give us a thumbs up. Time flies when you're having fun. That's right, Norma. That's right. Still haven't found an engine to give away. But what else is going on? Obviously, the results have been released from Kissimmee, and they were as crazy as we thought. $234 million in 12 days. $234 million the cars. They did over $200 million last year at Kissimmee. Well, I don't know if it's that huge, Kenny, but we're trying to do something together. That's a lot of you guys are shocked, and to me it's kind of crazy. But I don't know. You guys keep coming back. You keep saying let's do it, and let's keep doing it. So we keep doing it. We'll see what happens. If you guys all quit coming around, then I guess it'll be over at that point. But 3-year anniversary gift. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know if we should do a couple more grab boxes or what we should do. I don't know what we should do. Big Job made it tonight. But obviously, we talked a lot about Kissimmee last week. Jim was there. I talked to Jim last week. He will. I don't know if he's in. I haven't talked to him this weekend to see if he's in Arizona yet or not, but he will be at Barrett as well. But $234 million was what the total deal was at Kissimmee. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of cars to sell in 12 days. Obviously, Barrett Jackson starts tomorrow. So it's going to be a fun week there as well. Like I said, Jim will be there. Keep an eye out. Maybe you'll see Jim on TV snagging a few more for some of his clients. Alex only been on for 5 or 6 months. Yeah, it's crazy. It's been, of course, 3 years ago, there wasn't very many people on here. It just keeps growing a little bit at a time. So, but we'll see what happens this week at Barrett Jackson. I know some people that are there. Bill says definitely have 3-year anniversary boxes. We're addicted to each other. That's right, Ozark Fox. I can squeak by on $234 million too. I can squeak by on the 20% of that they pull in buyers premiums, buyer and seller premiums. 20% of $234 million. What's that? 40, almost 50 million, 40 some million. I get by on that. Yesteryear's ready to go. So it's it's crazy. We'll see what happens. I know some friends that are down there. Obviously, Jim is down there. My buddy Keith Goolsby, Champion Auto Lifts, he's down there with a 3-car stacker lift. He sets up at Barrett Jackson. He actually put the lifts in Craig Jackson's house for Craig Jackson's personal cars. Scott, Barrett Jackson's on all this week on FYI, so keep that in mind. If you want to catch it, it's on FYI. Jim, I'm sure will either be buying some cars for some of his clients. Like I said, Keith Goolsby, Champion Auto Lifts, my buddy will be there. Phil Skinner is there. Good friend of mine that does a lot of writing. He's covering it for some publications as well. Another dude I know from Colorado is taking some cars out there that are going to be selling some pretty neat stuff. Zach's got a 69 Camaro Resto mod going next Friday or Saturday. I think car 1234, a silver 69 Camaro. He's got a Bronco, a few other things he took out. So it'll be interesting to see some of that stuff go across the block, especially when you know a few people that are out there hanging out and seeing what's going on. But like I said, it's always interesting. Obviously January's kind of become the big auction month. It kind of sets the tone for the year. And we'll see what happens. Obviously, it started off super strong with Kissimmee. We'll see what happens this week. But Pete read the interview in Old Cars Weekly. Some of you guys saw that last week too. I'm glad you guys liked the interview we did in Old Cars Weekly. Hopefully I didn't sound too dumb in it, but Dennis Chapman's here. But another thing that a lot of people don't realize is Barrett is not the only Arizona auction. It's the big one. It's the longest one. But there are several other auctions in Arizona this week. I don't know if you guys were aware of that or not. Obviously, Barrett-Jackson is the most well-known, has the most press, the most TV coverage for sure. But, excuse me. RM Sotheby's has a sale January 26th in Phoenix. Bonham Scottsdale has a sale January 26th. Goody & Company has an online sale that's based out of Arizona for this week. And MAG has an auction on the 27th and 28th. So there are 3 other live auctions in Arizona this week, along with Barrett-Jackson, just smaller ones. So some other stuff to kind of keep your eyes out for. And well, actually, I just put this one together, Ken. My yard, I just started putting that together in 2011. That was a regular late model production facility till I bought it. They smashed it out in 2011, and then I started putting the old cars in it. So I don't really still have it. I'm still building it. So all those other sales are coming up. That's something else to keep an eye on, just out of curiosity, see what their numbers do. RM Sotheby's, Bonhams, and MAG all also have auctions in Arizona this week. So that something else to think about. And something else a lot of people don't actually realize is that there are that many more auctions in Arizona this week. I know Phil, I think, is going to check out a few more of those other ones as well for some of the publications he covers them for. And if Jim has cars at the other ones for clients, then obviously he will be there as well. So lots going on in Arizona this week if you're in the vicinity. Speaking of Old Cars Weekly, a few of you just mentioned the interview that was in Old Cars Weekly that I did a couple weeks ago. Actually, come out the issue before last, Hudson Badge. Rusty James is here with us. But obviously, not only am I a fan of Old Cars Weekly because I do a lot of work with them, I do write for them. I am under contract with them this year on articles and auction coverage on what I feed to them. But Old Cars Weekly has always been kind of they still actually kind of printed on newsprint, still ran a lot, about everything inside was black and white. So it was kind of almost kind of old school, which in a way was kind of neat, but in a way still not kind of keeping up with the time, especially for a publication. Scott, I wonder how well those secondary auctions do with all that going on at once. Obviously, they do pretty well because they've done them for several years in a row. So, I mean, I think they still do. Obviously, they've got the crowd in the area. There's so many people that go to Barrett-Jackson that, overflow of 500 people is pretty easy at one of the smaller auctions, I think. And they don't run near as many cars. Those, I think MAG said was 2 days. The rest of those are 1 day deals. So they're probably 100, 150 car deals. But Old Cars Weekly is making some big changes. They have a new format, new pages, new process. And thanks, Bill says hit the like button. Appreciate that. All color. All the pictures are color now, except, of course, the old photos that are supposed to be black and white. But everything in the new Old Cars Weekly is going to be color with a glossy print, new cover. Plus, they are going to have 4 quarterly issues. That is adding Old Cars Price Guide information back into the Old Cars publication. Yeah, that's right. That's a good point. Number one, the tactical nature of the cheap raw pulp papers, part of the romance of Old Cars Weekly. And like I said, it was, but they still do use that kind of a format. Especially this has got the Old Cars Price Guide section, and it is kind of like that. However, it is a little glossier, going with all color on everything. And so it's not like super slick, super fancy, but it is a little bit nicer than what it was. But all color, they are adding Old Cars. If you can see here, they're adding the Old Cars Price Guide section into, I think the way I understand it, the quarterly issues. I should have had Angelo get on with us tonight. And throw some of that stuff out there, but I didn't have a chance to get a hold of him today. But so that's kind of what, like I said, we'll see how it works out. I'm a believer in Old Cars, the publication, just for the simple fact that they are so diverse. I love the diversity of old cars. Like the cover car is a 1960 Ford four-door sedan, inline six, 3 on the tree. But it's a super nice car, and it's not something you see. Like I preach about all the time, it is literally, you don't have to guess what color the 69 Camaro is going to be in this issue, because very seldom will you see a 69 Camaro in here. And that's what's so awesome about this publication. 65 F100. Still going to sponge up spilled coffee or dropped oil filter? Probably. I think it probably will. '66 Rambler. Tweeties here. So that's what's great about this publication, is it is so diverse. The diversity is what I really, really like about it. A lot of different stuff. So, new changes, new things happening with Old Cars Weekly, and it's technically bi-weekly now. Do you get advanced copies? I don't get advanced copies, no. I literally got this yesterday. So that's the only reason we're talking about it. So you'll probably have yours tomorrow. Why no 69 Camaros? I've seen about every 69 Camaro that was known to man that was ever built in a magazine. So because they're in every magazine, Hudson Badge. So that's what I like about it. It's not that I hate 69 Camaros. It's just every muscle car magazine you pick up has a 69 Camaro in it. If it doesn't this month, it'll have 2 next month. And you just don't see that regular, normal, common stuff in here. It's all different. It's all diverse. It's all different aspects of the hobby. Stuff from the teens all the way up to the 80s on stuff. So that's what I like about it, is it covers so much stuff. Is there a time you can do a show on undesirable cars? We would just have to work that in and build it into a segment. But there's a lot of cars that, people consider undesirable, but a lot of people still think are cool. But that's what's great about Old Cars Weekly, is they will cover a lot of that stuff. So, like I said, not just because I work with them. And that's a good point, Ozark. That's a great point. I'll walk past 100 cars and look at something different. And that's exactly right. You go to a car show, a cruise night, how many Chevelles, how many Camaros, things like that. How many you're going to walk by? That's why I like my 74 Z28, because it's kind of obviously I like Firebirds and Camaros because I've got dozens of them and I've got several good ones. But the 74 Z28 is kind of a unsung hero to me. I love them, but you never see them. So just something different that's not the same. But that's what's great about Old Cars Weekly. Like I said, new format, things coming out, things are going to be different, and I'm sure it's going to be for the better. Angelo is definitely a car guy. He does care about it. He does care about the quality of product he puts out. So looking for big things out of Old Cars Weekly. Hopefully I'm going to be able to contribute a little bit to some of this stuff as things progress. I've been feeding them some more as found stuff that they're putting on their website as well as their Facebook page. But great guys to work with. If you haven't subscribed to Old Cars Weekly, it is definitely worth it because of the diversity and the different stuff. And the thing about it is, I've read so many articles on 69 Camaros and Chevelles and Cudas and things like that it's commonplace. But some of this stuff, the V8 4-speed 66 Rambler American, I don't know much about a V8 4-speed 66 Rambler American, but it's in here this week. X-ray, I am undesirable. My cars are too. Bill, we used to get those at Carlisle and Hershey when they were newspaper format. Yeah, I remember the newspaper format. Guy, my dad also didn't listen and change his life after his shoulder replacement. Yeah, after Big Job had surgery. Pete, I think Old Cars is more educational due to not covering only muscle cars. Yep. And I agree with that as well, Pete. Number one, 74 Z28, most unsung hood and trunk decal ever. And that's one thing I love about them for sure. 73 Fury 3, perfect example, Don, something kind of different. So that's what's great about Old Cars Weekly. And like I said, and that's why I'm excited about it. And that's why I'm, glad that we can be part of, or I'm able to be part of helping with what they're doing and trying to do different things with it and do cool things with it. Like I said, I'm not a professional writer by any means, but it's something different. It's something that, I can help with. And it's just looking for cool stuff that is different than what we usually see in a publication. So I'm a fan of it. I hope you guys like it. And I'm excited to see the changes as to how this is going to take Old Cars Weekly to the next generation and where things are going to go with it. And like I said, it's not the biggest publication. It's not like Hot Rod, what's on every newsstand. But if you're a car fan, I think this is the way to go. I mean, no doubt about it. Alec, what's my thoughts on the 78 Z28? I like those as well. I actually kind of want one to go just as a pair to go with my 78 Trans Am. But yeah, I like the 78, 79Z as well. But the 74, out of all that actually out of all the Z28 Camaro, 74 is one of my favorites. The 74, my 92 convertible, those are probably a couple of my favorite Z28s. So, yeah, didn't know Rambo had a V8 before the Scramblers. Don, I love the show. Just hate when I had to miss it. Well, I'm glad you like it, Don. I do try hard to put a decent product together that you guys are going to enjoy. Original paint 57 Nomad, kind of faded, worn, scuffed paint 57 Nomad. This is all one issue. The 4-speed V8 Rambler, the original paint 57 Nomad, the 65 F100. There's one Baby Bird. Alec has a chance to get one. I'm a fan of them. I don't think that'd be a bad plan at all. Number one, OCW is one of the oldest and greatest supporters of building less belly buttons. Almost every GMS Chevy parts, Mercury is the same. Build what's in the garage, not in the auction house. Yeah, and that's true. But that's what's there again. That's why I enjoy it, and that's why I kind of push it. I say push it, support it, I guess, just because of the diversity and the differences and things like that of what's happening with it. Big Job likes it. He just likes any old cars and trucks. So it's pretty neat stuff. So, like I said, I don't expect everybody to run out and subscribe, but I just love the differences and there's just so much cool stuff in one magazine of different stuff that's covered. Hudson Badge. So anyway. Oh, and by the way, the auction information that I got, the list of the other auctions, Old Cars Weekly from a couple weeks ago. You can't get new rear side glass for Nomads. That I do not know. I don't have any Nomads or Safaris, so it's nothing that I've ever had to look into. I know I have not gotten a lot of calls for it. I can gauge some of that stuff off of how many phone calls I get for it, and I have not gotten any calls in recent history for, for rear side windows for a Nomad or a Safari. So Addie's making fun of me on the computer, so just so you know. Pete, his mother-in-law renews his Old Cars Weekly for him every year at Christmas. Hey, that ain't a bad deal. So, anyhow, one other thing we're going to catch an open chat real quick before we get to the promo. It's more water, I know that. Next Wednesday on American Pickers. I'm actually probably going to have to go home early and watch the episode of American Pickers next Wednesday night. I believe it's 8 o'clock Central, because it is going to be this episode right here, the Pioneer Village episode. So, They posted on their page, the Pioneer Village posted on their page like the 25th, I think, was the air date. So I think that's what it said. I had a picture. I think I had a screenshot of it. But I think it said that the 25th was the air date on it. If I can find that screenshot real quick. Withrow made it. The Withrows are here with us. So that was going to be worth watching. Yes. Pioneer Village posted that Wednesday, January 25th is when that's supposed to be on History Channel. That was on the Harold Wart Pioneer Village Facebook page. So definitely want to check that out Wednesday night. I'm excited about that. Let's see. That's right. That's what number one says as well. Tony says cold in South Dakota. I'm sure it is. It's cold here. Big Job said they got rid of cable, only have Wi-Fi. Let's see. The 74 Z28 reference having to do with the back window. 74 was the last year for the small back window, but different tail lights and the bigger bumpers. So, which makes them even a little more rare because a lot of people would change the tail panels out and make them look like a 70 to 73, and because it was a small back window shell. So that happened to a lot of 74s as well. But yeah, 74 was the last small back window, first year for different lights and bumpers. Joe's Classics got it back, made it back. Glad you're here. Go ahead and start over. Yeah, we're a little ways in to start over, but let's see. All right. Looks like we're getting caught up there. So definitely excited to be watching American Pickers Wednesday night to see what they got out of Pioneer Village. Supposedly pretty much the whole episode is supposed to be there. I'm excited for Pioneer Village to get the exposure. Bill Disk made it tonight. And like I said, you guys know I love the place. I've tried to bring you guys as much footage as I can for the time that I've had up there, which has been minimal. Oh. But the exposure should be awesome for them. Like I did the video where they're trying to get some things fixed up. They're starting to make progress. It's exciting. And this should be awesome for them. So catch that Wednesday night. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see it and excited for them. Larry, the guy that I dealt with that allowed me to shoot footage there, was in on all that. And he let me shoot in the buildings that they dug through. Of course, it was a lot more picked over by the time I got there, but I did still get some cool stuff on some videos. I'll be getting those videos out this week as well to coincide with the review, with the premiere on American Pickers of Pioneer Village. Anyway, time for a promo model, time for some badges, time for some auctions, time for some Auburn badge too. But that pretty much wraps us up for Open Chat. Let's move on to a promo model and check out something a little bit different. Something a lot of you guys may not even remember. I always thought these were a pretty cool car. You don't see very many of them anymore at all. They were kind of a little bit ahead of their time, I think. And but there again, at that time, there wasn't much out there. The technology was pretty new. I guess the technology wasn't new. The technology at that point to use that concept was gaining ground to where today it's extremely commonplace on almost everything, even small economy cars and even pickups. And that was twin turboing. So this car was one of the first production cars that regularly was produced with a twin turbo. Now, 100 Ed, so we're a little beyond that, obviously, Ozark. It was the 1991 Dodge Stealth RT twin turbo. Basically a Mitsubishi 3000 GT. I think I got this promo when these things were brand new. I think I remember buying this one new. These were really a pretty neat little car. Obviously, this promo is in very good shape because I think I've had it since it was new. It's been on my shelf for over 30 years. So there's not really any damage to the promo. It is in good shape. It has been well preserved. That's right. One turbo isn't enough. That's a great point, yesteryears. So this car was like a little bit ahead of its time. Obviously, the Grand National was turbocharged. Buick came out with turbo in 78, but they were carbureted and non-intercooled, non-computer controlled, non-fuel injected. And that's right, number one. Those cars were underrated. They were glued to the street. You could get them in all-wheel drive. So, yeah, it was they were a neat car. David W.'s nephew had one. Jeff likes them. Yep, 30 years ago. Awesome. Joe's Classics went to bed with 2, woke up with 6, and have 43 subscribers now. So sweet. Joe's gaining ground. That's always exciting. Yeah, you could get these in all-wheel drive. So these were a pretty unique car. Under the bottom side of this promo, just the regular cast platform. No, the details all cast into it. No separate pieces. Nope, you're fine, Joe. This is all about building everybody. So, they did not make this as a convertible. They did not make a stealth convertible. They made the Talon, which was based off the Eclipse. I think that was available in a convertible. So I don't think they made a convertible Talon, but the Talon was based off the Eclipse, and I know they did make the Eclipse in a convertible. I don't know if the Talon was available as a convertible or not, but these were a short window in time. I think they made these maybe 5 years at the most, but the RT twin turbos, they had these little bumps on the scoop. They had the little indent scoop inside indents like that, almost reminiscent of a Ferrari 355. Actually, a little bit ahead of a Ferrari 355, I think, if you want to know the truth. So, neat cars, rear spoiler on them. And, kind of an iconic design for Dodge in the 90s, the way this front bumper was made with the split air scoops in the front down in the lower front air dam. But the 1991 Dodge Stealth was definitely a car that was a little bit ahead of its time, and but was super cool and was a very impressive car for sure. Number one, twin turbo, dual air-to-air intercooler, V6, all-wheel drive, easy to get an extra 150 horse out of them. So, and they were pretty snappy to start with. So, kind of like what we see today, with as far as the way they've started, real tuning has become such a big deal over the last 20 years with a laptop. And, but this was kind of the beginning of it. And something you just don't see anymore. So, like I said, I think I probably bought this one new, I'm betting, because I was buying a lot of promos in the early 90s when they were still available. Nate agrees. They just never really got the credit they deserved because they were a pretty cool car. The 1991 Dodge Stealth Twin Turbo. So, mixing it up a little bit, going with something a little bit newer tonight for the promo model, but it's kind of crazy that car is almost an antique, even in Kansas, where it's 35 years. So, glad you guys liked it. And it was cool. And that's the entire purpose of it. Some of you guys had never seen them. Some of you guys had forgotten about them, but we all clicked with it, and that's what makes it cool. 87, 88 Beretta promos. I think I've got some somewhere. I need to dig them out, but yes, I do have some somewhere. How about some badges? How about these badges first off, in case y'all getting thirsty? Our first badge tonight, as always, we go with a pre-war badge, then we step it up to a post-war badge. Our first pre-war badge is, once again, going to take us back to the mid-20s. Very pretty badge. Once again, the detail is crazy when you think about what, the sign of the times that they came out with stuff. This was this ornamental and this beautiful. This one particular badge with the 1924, shortly after they started production with this name, 1924 to 1926 Chrysler. Now, obviously, Walter P. Chrysler, after his stint with GM and Buick, took over the Maxwell Corporation and eventually turned that into Chrysler in around 23, 24. I have not cleaned this, so it's a little scuffed, but obviously this was kind of a gold here. I don't know if you guys can make it out or not. This actually had red enameling in these two segments, above and below the Chrysler, and then blue in the ribbons. So Basically, it kind of had the goldish or brashish or bronzish color on the metal with the red and the blue in kind of the ribbon platform. This particular Chrysler badge is about 2 3/4 down here to the tip of the ribbon. So it's about 2 3/4, and it's about 2 inches across here. This is a flat badge. It was stud mount, actually had a threaded stud and a nut on the back of it that bolted this right to the grill shell. So kind of a cool one. Like I said, it wasn't the very first Chrysler badge, but it was definitely one of the earlier ones. And, you know, like I said, this one I didn't polish it up. Some of these I kind of clean a little bit, but some of them I almost kind of like to leave them in their as found original state. But there it is, the 99-year-old Chrysler badge. I didn't really kind of sink in until until you sit here and think about it for a second. That we're in 2023. This badge was used from 1924 to 1926. This badge is right at knocking on 100 years old. Kind of crazy to think about, but a cool badge nonetheless. Now, we got another badge we're going to check out. Going up post-war, moving up a few decades. As a lot of you guys know, I told you we've been going through a bunch of super cool mid-50s Studebaker emblems. Several Newell stock pieces, some super cool original President pieces. That's a good point, Kevin. If we all look this good at 100, it's going to be a serious win. Well, tonight we're going to do the last one, and we've seen some pretty cool stuff. I hope you guys would agree with me that the President ornaments, the round ornaments, the scripts, the Newell stock 56 trunk plate, the big 55 President bar. We've seen a lot of cool Studebaker stuff that come out of that collection. I've sold a few pieces off to some of you guys for your collections. And tonight, I got a scratchy throat, that's for sure. Tonight, the piece that I think is the best out of all of it. So you guys made different. You may have liked the round President badges. You may have liked the Newell stock 56 trunk plate. You may have liked the big 55 President trunk bar. Kevin likes the President stuff. So tonight, I think I've saved the best for last. My personal opinion, which is worth nothing, but my personal opinion is this is the best. Inside of this original Studebaker Packard Superior Performance Guaranteed Precision Built Products, Parts and Accessories division of the Studebaker Packard Corporation. Super cool SP on the back with the big V. Same on the front. This thing's heavy. I got to hold it in here. It's trying to slide out. To give you an idea, it's not a huge piece because the box is 6 inches long and a couple inches wide. So you guys can tell me if I'm wrong or not, but here's what I think is the best piece out of the Studebaker badges and emblems that I just got. There she is. The S out of the 55 grill. The 55 grill had a big V in it. And this is a brand new golden S that mounts in the center of the grill. And like I said, this thing is big. The actual emblem itself is 4 5/8 long because it had a 3D effect. If you look at the grill of a 55 Studebaker, if you look up the nose, punch up the nose of a 55 Studebaker, it's got a big V. This sits right in the middle of the V with like a 3D effect. So this thing was deep because it sunk back into that grill. So lots of comments popping up. So glad you guys like it as much as I did, because obviously it seems like a lot of you guys are pretty excited about it. I think this was awesome. It's got a little, mounting bracket on the back where it bolted on top of the grill, and it's actually got a stud on the back where it went in the back as well. Alec wants one. Yeah, only one I've got, only one I've ever seen new. I've seen a few used ones. Only new one I've ever seen. This is completely original, brand new, directly out of the Studebaker Packard Superior Performance Guaranteed Parts and Accessories box. Too sexy for Big Job Show. Yeah, it's a pretty cool piece, and that's right, Pete. That's the best way to put it. It's art, and if you look at it, the S, it's actually cut here, so it's angled back, and it's this deep for that 3D effect. That's right. Mark said he couldn't figure out what was so deep. Mike couldn't figure out what was so deep till he Googled the picture. That's what I said. You look at the grill with 55 Studebaker, and you can see how it's got that. I mean, that literally that 3D effect. So it's cut like this. It's angled all the way back, so you can see that depth in that grill. That's right, Jim. It's about as new old stock as you can find. No, you guys can bid all you want, but I'm not going to sell it. So. Like I said, I was super geeked. I found this after, so yeah. No, there's actually some of you guys are asking about auctioning it. No, I'm keeping this piece. That's for sure. But I think I found Eloy made it tonight. I think I opened the 56 trunk badge first, and before I got to this one, and I thought that was pretty cool. Then I dumped this thing out, and I was like, wow. Gray Kitty is over in the other chair, zonked out. Right, Gray Kitty? Hey, Gray Kitty. Gray Kitty. Yeah, you. We're talking to you. She looked up like, what do you want? She halfway opened her eyes and was like, what do you want? So there it is. I hope you guys, it seems like a lot of you guys are pretty excited because the comments just kind of started scrolling on an even steady flow. When this thing came out. But yeah, I was geeked about it. It's such a cool piece when you think of just like the comment about it being art, like Pete said, it's true art, because it was done this way at an angle with this depth for the 3D effect and the nose of that. Because the nose of 55 Studebaker, it slopes down anyway, and then that grill cuts back in. And this ornament had to follow the slope of the front of the car and then show the depth. Art, style, design, because back in the 50s, that's what made it. Art, style, and design. They didn't make a lot of stores. WWE didn't make a lot of them. No, they didn't. This came with, I actually got this from the guy that I got all my license plates from. Family friends for years. Known them forever. Grew up, they were in the same car club I was when I was a little kid. Great people. And basically known them my whole life. Just the sad part about it is they're just getting to the point where they can't do it anymore. And that's why we sold most of their stuff at the auction this year, their Model Ts and everything. But there was a few boxes of miscellaneous stuff that they just sold to me because there was no good way to auction it, because it would have just been a piece of this here and a piece of this there. So that's where I got it from, the same people I got my license plates from. Super great people, and was super excited, which there again, just like the license plates, that's also what goes on along with some of this stuff is the people that I got it from, I've known forever. So a couple little things like this, plus the license plate collection, I'll always remember I got it from those people who I grew up around in the old car world. So that's the story on where I found these pieces. And that's why I'm excited about adding them to my collection, on top of the fact that this thing is just beautiful. So that's right, Randy, back when they had a designer, not a CAD program. I don't know what kind of plating it is, Alec. Alex says, is it brass plating? I don't know how they did it. You can see the bottom of it. It is plated all the way around the bottom. It's a pot metal piece, but I don't know if it was actual brass or what they did to plate it gold. Mounted right here with 2 bolts as well as one in the back. So, like I said, I hope you guys agree. I saved the best for last. and been working up to this piece for a couple of months as we work through the Studebaker stuff. And I just was driving me nuts. I wanted to share it with you. I wanted your guys' opinion of it, but I wanted to kind of work up to it because I just thought it was so awesome. So that's what we've got for you tonight. The 1924 to 1926 Chrysler badge, as well as the 1955 Studebaker Center Grill S letter. And that's another good thing. Good point, Jim. It's probably a gold anodizing or something like that. But a couple of pretty cool badges and emblems tonight. I'm excited about them. I love it. It's like I said, I dumped this out of the box. I didn't know what was in here until I dumped it out of the box. So you guys think it's cool to sit here and check this out. Capital S for Super Chad. I don't know. It's super cool. I don't know if it's Super Chad, but it's a super cool piece. So you guys can kind of hopefully feel that I dumped this out of this box not knowing what was in here. So there we have it, the 1955 Studebaker Grill S. We'll put it back in its little home until I figure out a good way to display it. Actually, there's a piece of paper in here yet, too. You either loved it or hated it in 55. Yeah, there's some truth to that, too. Just an old piece of scratch paper that old piece of scratch paper with it. All right. Alex is a fan of the 53 Studebaker. It's hard to believe it's almost 70 years old. Yeah, I know. That wasn't signed by Picasso, so. But I'm going to put it back in its home until I get it in a case somewhere. And we'll put these up and put them off the side. Yeah, I love these boxes, especially the Studebaker Packard. That was such a small window of when they made Studebaker Packard parts. So there were a couple of Newell stock pieces in there in the original boxes. I thought that was great as well. Gold's at $2,000 an ounce right now. Unfortunately, I don't have any. Hudson badge, Auburn badge. Let's get into some auctions. Going to try a couple of different things tonight in the auction, so see if you guys like them. If you don't, we won't do them again. If you do, we'll see if we can find some more. Some stuff that I found as I was cleaning up the shop this week, which I just barely put a dent in it, but I did actually get some stuff done in the office. So I was kind of proud of myself. Didn't get a lot done in the shop, but I actually made pretty big headway in my office. I got a big counter over there and another desk over there that has been about this deep for about 5 years, and I can actually see pretty much the whole countertop over there. So, calling that a win. But on the auctions, as always, I will hold up a piece. I will describe it. We will talk about the condition. I will give you some dimensions. We'll talk about that particular piece. We'll see what it talks about. After we get done talking about it, after we get done looking at it, I will put it on a timer. At any point in time, once we start looking at something, if you want to throw a bid out there, please do, so I know that you're interested in it. Even if you don't want to throw your max bid out, if you're something you're interested in, throw something out there so I know you guys are interested in the piece. And we're ready to go. After I get done with the description, I will put it on a 2-minute timer right here on my cell phone. I keep it right up here in front of me. And we will go 2 minutes. I will tell you when 1 minute has passed. I will tell you when 1 minute, 30 seconds has passed. Obviously, a lot of you guys are on a delay depending on your device, phone, tablet, computer, television, and your service provider. Sometimes it's 5 seconds. Sometimes it's 30 seconds. We start off with a few smaller items and I read all the bids immediately, whether they're high or low, immediately as soon as I see them on the first few items, so you guys can kind of get an idea of where things are at. At the end of 2 minutes, whoever's the high bidder is the winner. Full dollar increments only, no change. I don't care if you only want to bid $1, that's fine, but no half dollars or quarters or anything like that. But I will tell you when we hit the 1 minute mark, when we hit the 1 minute 30 mark. So when you hit 1 minute 30, you know it's time to be thinking about your max bid if you're going to jump in on that particular item. Shipping is included on all these smaller items. If there is something larger or heavier, I will tell you that it's going to have extra shipping, or that there's going to be there's going to be a minimum price to cover the shipping on that particular item. So at that point, I will keep you informed as I'm describing it. Like right now, as we're taking along here, we're getting closer. I'll tell you when 120's passed, when 130's passed, and so you can be ready to jump in if you want to bid. Zach, Whiskey Biz has made it just in time for the auctions. So I will be watching this as we're going along, and you can watch the items and bid. Non-U.S. bidders, you are more than welcome to play, but you will have to pay me, probably with a bank wire, which there are costs associated with that, and you will have to pay out of U.S. shipping. So this thing kind of feeds itself. As I sell some stuff, then I can pick some other stuff up here and there to kind of fund it. If we end up spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a couple of out of the country shipments, then that isn't fair to everybody else. So PayPal, friends or family, check, money order, Western Union, any of that is fine. All that information is in the description part of the video, be it on Facebook or YouTube. You can always go back and check that out. Or if you're still not sure how to pay, call me tomorrow. We'll work it out. No big deal. Real simple. So if you're still not sure and you want to bid on something, just go ahead and throw them out there, and then call me tomorrow. We'll get it straightened out. None of them are difficult. Check, money order, Western Union, PayPal, friends and family. None of it's tough. So we'll do whatever works for you. We'll give you an Auburn badge. We'll go ahead and get ready to get started. If you've got other questions, just throw them up. When we get down towards the end of the 2-minute time period, I will probably skip comments and try to catch them later, because I am watching for numbers on both formats when we get down to that last 30 seconds. I'm watching for pretty much strictly numbers in full dollar amounts. We'll start off with a couple of smaller items here, just so everybody kind of gets their feet wet, gets kind of a feel for where the delay may or may not be tonight. Hopefully it's minimal. Here a couple months ago, we had a night it was a god-awful where stuff was coming in 2 or 3 minutes later. Hopefully we don't have that tonight, but we'll start off with a few smaller items. Like I said, I will read all bids on the first few items as I see them, even if it's not the high bid. Once we kind of get rolling, I'll skip them if they're not the high bid. But for the first few items, I will read them off so everybody kind of gets an idea where we're at. Let's go ahead and get rolling. We've got a small can we're going to start off with. Like I said, some cheaper stuff that is still kind of cool and kind of different that I want to share with you guys and see if you guys like it or not. This is kind of a little different. It's a stove polish. Black silk stove polish. I don't know how old this thing is, but it's old. And it's cool. It's a paper label on this little tiny can, mixed with gasoline, unsafe when exposed to heat or fire, just in case you didn't know that. It's got this guy's face on it. Trademark U.S. patent pending. 6 ounces of black stove polish. Liquid number 6. It is empty. It's empty, and X-Ray is starting us off at 10. It's kind of a cute little can. Screw on top. It is about 4 inches tall with the cap. And it's about 2 1/8 in diameter. On the black silk stove polish can, Alec at 3 over here. I've got X-Ray at 10 on YouTube. Let's go ahead and get it on the timer. It's a cute little booger is what it is for sure. I don't know how old it is. J.L. Prescott Company, Passaic, New Jersey. Alex at 15 on YouTube. It's got some discoloration over here, but kind of a neat little piece. Alex at 15 on YouTube. We are live on the timer. Let me get my notes made here. And taking along, Alex at 15 is a high bidder. Like I said, I don't know who used stove polish, but I've definitely got some age to it. But BW's here, so check out BW's Garage. And we're taking along. Alex at 15 is my high bidder. We have hit the 1 minute mark on the little stove polish can. Like I said, starting off with some cheaper things. We'll sell a few cheaper items here and kind of get everybody in the groove. Alex says it's over 100 years old. It wouldn't surprise me. And we've hit the 120 mark. Alex at 15. And we've hit the minute 30 mark. Alex at 15. Got the car guy's battery's about to die. We're glad you were here for a while. Simplify to all of his veteran brothers and sisters. 20 seconds left to go. Alex at 15. Alec at 17 on Facebook. Tweely D at 17. Just about done. I've got Alec first. X-Ray at 16. I've got Alec first on 17. Tweely D at 19. And that does it. Tweely D at 19. That was about perfect, Tweely D, about 158 and change. So that's a cool little can. I want to try something we haven't done on here before. And I've got a couple of batches of these ready if you guys like them. There again, it's not super high dollar stuff, but it is stuff that, isn't going to break the bank and can be a really nice, cool collectible. I found a couple of files of these actually while I was cleaning this week or this weekend. These are a little bit rough around the edges, and they're not extremely rare. You do find them from time to time, but they are old ads that were cut out of magazines years ago. Now, a lot of times this was pretty commonplace back in the day, but a lot of people don't like cutting up old magazines anymore because there's so much cool stuff in them, just like when we look at old magazines. But these were done years ago. I've got a couple files of them of various cars. So I've got a couple of bundles put together tonight, a Ford, a Chrysler, and a GM one, or a Chevy one, actually. So I'm going to show these to you guys, and you guys tell me what you think. These are roughly 13.5 by 10.5. So they're a little bit bigger. But we'll start off with the Mopar bundle, and you guys tell me what you think of them. We'll start off with a 1946 to 1948 era Plymouth Coupe ad. Now, like I said, these are tattered around the edges a little bit. They would need framed to be nice. I think I can put these in a tube to ship them so that they get there intact. This is a full color on a 46 to 48 era Plymouth Coupe. The next one in this batch is going to be a Dodge. Same era, 46 to 48, complete dependability on the new Dodge. This is cut out of Country Gentleman. Now, the Dodge is going to be a dual one because there's also a Piper ad on the back. So I don't know if you get hang it from the ceiling or something. I don't know. I actually didn't realize that plane was on the back till I held it up. So you got the Dodge on that one. The next one is a 49 Plymouth. The car that likes to be compared to Plymouth. Yes, it likes to be compared to comfort. And one more. The new Under the Beauty Solid Value 54 Plymouth. So those are the 4 ads in the Mopar ad bundle. We've never done any of these. I don't know if you guys like it or not, or if you even care, but it's something different. I was like, well, I found a couple file folders full of them. Jason's going to start us off at 5. Let's see what you guys think on them. And like I said, I don't know if you guys like them or not. I don't know if they're worth messing with or not, but they were laying here. There's some that I wanted to keep out of these files. X-Ray at 8. Randy at 6. Let me get these all set down here and get the timer started and get them rode up. I've got X-Ray at 8 is the high bidder as of right now. And let's get rolling. We are live on the timer. Mike at 8, but I already had X-Ray at 8 first. And I'll walk back through these things as we're waiting here. So we are live on the timer. We'll start over with this batch now that we kind of have an idea of what we're talking about here. The 46 to 48 era Plymouth Coupe. Lori at 10. the 46 to 48 era Dodge in green. Adam at 10 on Facebook, but I've already got Lori at 10 on YouTube. Like I said, I'm still trying to read the comments so everybody knows where we're at when your bids pop up. The 1949 Plymouth in black and white. And we hit the 1 minute mark. We are at 1 minute. Lori at 10 on YouTube. And the 54 Plymouth in full color. No 59 El Camino ads tonight, Weston. Minute 20 has passed. Lori Whately at 10 is the high bidder as we hit the minute 30 mark. 20 seconds left. Coming out of the wire. 10. Big Job smells gunpowder. Let's see what happens. We're just about ready to wrap this up. Anybody else going to jump in? And that does it. Lori at 10. Oh, X-Ray was at 12 right after that. It was Lori Whately at 10 on the Mopar ads. Gotta find a place to sit these so they're out of the way. All right, what else should we do next? How about I got a different license plate. I want to try a different license plate. See what you guys think of this one. We never done anything like this one before. I've got a few of these in different years. So I just grabbed a year and thought we would try this one. It's a little bit different than what we normally do as far as a normal license plate. But it is a Kansas Sheriff's Association plate from 1980. Kind of crazy to think that plate's over 40 years old. So something a little bit different, kind of a different collectible type piece. It is, a regular metal plate. It is embossed. It is stamped on there. Member Kansas Sheriff's Association 1980. So what's anybody think about this? It's something a little bit different. Do we like these different kind of plates besides the regular license plates? Or is this stuff that we're not interested in? Like I said, we're trying a few different things tonight, seeing what you guys think on things like this. This is a standard size plate, like 12 by 6, like most of these license plates are. It is metal. It is embossed on the 1980 Kansas Sheriff's Association license plate. So, anybody interested in this type of a plate? Like I said, it's a little bit different. It's metal, so it is got, obviously over 4 years old, and it is metal. So we'll see what we think on this one. Some typical dings, dents, and scuffs and scratches, but anybody interested in the sheriff's plate? So I don't see any bids popping up on it. So we'll give it a few more seconds, and if we're not interested in it, that's fine. It's just something different. I thought we'd try. Alex going to start us off at 5. So what the heck? Let's roll with it. See what you guys think. Put on your car when you're speeding through Kansas. Good point, Big Job. Alex going to start us off at 5. So we'll roll with it. See what happens. Something different. You guys may not like it. I didn't know. So we'll see what you guys think and go from there. Like I said, it is metal. It does have some age to it. It is different. It's a standard size plate, so you can hang it with your other plates, and it'll, like I said, so it'll display nicely and definitely probably make people ask why you've got it on your garage if you're out of state, so, or why it's hanging in your garage if you're out of state. You can always tell them you stole it off the cop car after you got out of jail or something cool. I mean, you can make up a great story like that, but Anyway, Alec at 5. Big Job at 12. As we hit the 1 minute mark. More Hudson badges, higher bids. There we go. We'll throw them up there. Gray Kitty's down there playing with something. Oh, she's got her ball out. She's bouncing around down there. Big Job at 12. Minute 20 has passed. Colorado Memorial at 20. And we've hit the minute 30 mark. Colorado Memorial at 20. $15. 10 seconds left. Big Job at 21. Colorado Memorial Fishing at 25, and that right there at the very end, they came back and snuck that one in at 25. Colorado Memorial Finishing. I don't know if you've got anything before in auctions or not. I know you bid before, but you kind of slid that one right in on a good shot. So let's, I got these ads laying out. Let's do these Ford ads real quick and see what you guys think of the Ford ads. And so I got these stacked right here on the desk, so I need to get them out of my way anyway. On the Ford ads. First time for everything. That's right. That's for sure. Okay. Starting off with a 46 Ford. This once again cut out of an old Country Gentleman. Ford's out front with the 1946 Ford. We've got a 2-pager on the 1951 Ford. My voice is turned up number 1. Bud's here. No, we haven't got the update on the raffle yet. And one more ad, 2-pager, except it is in 2 pieces, on the 48 Ford truck. This is a beautiful ad. So that's the Ford group we've got. And we'll do the Chevy group next. So what's anybody think about the Ford ads? The 46 and the 51 and the 48 truck. X-ray at 20. And the 46. Let's get this. Let me get. Let's get rolling on the timer here so we don't get too long drug out here. Joe at 21. Oh, and the 46, the back of the 46 ad has a Rayovac batteries ad. The 2-page 51. This is from a February 51 Country Gentleman copy. And the 2-page 48 Ford truck. Oh, got them backwards. Fits together better this way. 1 minute has passed. We've hit the 1 minute mark. On the back of the 48 Ford truck, Chesterfield cigarettes. And Champion spark plugs and a hog. Yep, I am. Yeah, my throat's pretty dry. There's no doubt about it. 1:20 has passed. Joe's Classics at 21. Make sure I got them put together right this time. 1:30's gone. We're down to the last 30 seconds. Joe's Classics at 21 on the Ford ads. 15 seconds left. 10. And that'll do it. Joe's Classics at 21. X-Ray came back at 23. We're a little bit late that time. Joe's Classics at 21. Joe came back after that, so it must have all kind of happened there at about the same time. So I think that's Joe's first win as well. And actually, we're going to do the Chevy ads right now as well, because that way I'm going to take all these ads and put them off the side after we get done so I can get them out of my way so they don't get damaged anymore. But on the Chevys. So, yep, congrats to Joe on his first win. Congrats to Colorado Memorial on their first win. That's what's fun about it, guys. Let's catch these Chevy ads, and I'm going to get these pieces of paper out of the way. Then we're going to get some caps and some badges and some cans and some plates. But on the Chevrolet ads, and it's kind of weird, these are all black and white. They didn't do any color in any of these Chevrolet ads. Starting off with the 1946 Chevy Body by Fisher ad. The 1949 Chevrolet. Farmers expect more from a car. That's why they think Chevrolet is the most beautiful buy of all. Chevrolet, first for quality at low cost. One more, the new 1951 Chevrolet car, America's largest and finest low-price car, the all-around favorite of the highways and the byways. More people buy Chevrolets than any other car. And one more. For trucks that can take a beating, Chevrolet Advanced Design trucks. Kind of an iconic picture there, that late 40s, early 50s Chevy. This was a 49, October 49. So that would have been a 49 or a 50 Chevy farm truck getting ready to go out and do the work. So 4 of them in this badge bundle. Big job at 10. Let's get this thing rolling. The 51 car, the 50 truck. X-Ray at 12. And the 46 and the 49 cars. Big job at 13. All 4, one bid. Randy says, big job that's going to burst into flames if he tries to hang those up. Like I said, they're a little tattered around the edge. If they're still in good shape, you get some frames for them or mount them solid to something, and they're just great looking pieces. They really are. One minute has now passed. We're coming down to the wire. We're on the back side of this. 60 or 61 Apache ads. Most of the stuff in these files is 40s and 50s stuff. I know there's none tonight, but I think most of this is 40s and 50s stuff in these files. I've got more. I'll just have to do some more. If you guys want to do more, we'll get some more out. A minute 20's passed. Big job at 13. X-ray at 14. As a minute, we hit the minute 30 mark. $20 seconds left to go. Nope, this is it for the ads tonight, BW. No more, don't have any more out for tonight. On the Chevy ads, X-ray at 14. 10 seconds left. 10 seconds left to go on the Chevys. X-ray at 14. And that does it. X-ray at 14. Okay. I'm going to go put all these over on the other desk so that they're out of the way and don't get torn up any worse while we're moving stuff around. Okay, you guys let me know what you think about that. I'm going to see what it costs to ship those if I put them in a little tube and kind of see where we need to be on them. Let me know if you guys like them and we can do some more of them, or if they're not that cool, that's fine too. They're not high dollar collectibles, but that's also great because sometimes that allows some other people to play as well. So, all right. We need to do some emblems. We need to do some license plates. We need to do some cans. We need to do a lot of stuff. Let's do a mobile can. I don't know if there's a year on this one. I think this is early 60s. I can't find a year on it. On the mobile gloss. Cleans, polishes, protects all car finishes, including acrylic and melamine. 1 pint. A little bit of fading. I think this is 60s era. Mobile gloss. Somebody wrote, I don't know if this is a 12 or something they wrote on there. It is still full. I will need to drain it. It is original cap, so this is actually a new can. Cleans, polishes, protects all car surfaces in one easy operation. Quickly removes road film and oxidized paint. It is a protective, durable film of silicone that is remarkably smooth, brilliant, and long-lasting. Excellent for chrome surfaces. Directions on the back. It is a white can. The paint is a little thin with the red and the blue on it. It's about 5 3/4 tall, not counting the cap. Mike's got to jump off. Glad you're here for a while tonight. Like I said, I think this is 60s era, 1 U.S. pint. It is a combustible mixture, so be careful with that. Dennis is starting us off at 10 on the mobile gloss can. Based on the logo, the can, and everything, I'm guessing this is a 60s era type piece. So Dennis at 10. Let's go ahead and get this thing on the timer and get rolling on it. Yeah, there's some good chemicals in there. That's right, Kenny. Half the stuff in here is probably illegal at this point. BW's got to bail off. Glad you were here for a while. On the mobile gas, original cap, directions on the back. Like I said, I'm guessing this is 60s era. Dennis at 10. As we come up, getting close to that 1 minute mark on the mobile can. 1 minute has now passed. Dennis at 10 is all we've got on this one right now. We'll do some caps. We'll do some emblems. We'll do some caps next. Minute 20 has passed. That's right. Paint used to oxidize. Now the clear coat peels. Minute 30. Then it's going to walk out of this one here on a steel. Ten seconds. And that does it. Tennis at 10. That was a great buy. Let's do a couple of caps. Let's get a couple of Addy's caps done real quick. And then we're going to get some license plates. I've got some better badges in the box yet. So let's go ahead and get rolling on this. We're going to do another Rambler cap, yet another different type of Rambler cap than what we've done in the past. This is a stainless with the big red R and little indentions around the R. However, the R is big enough and it has a decent amount of the original red paint in it, so it still looks cool and would display nicely. For this, I think it's probably a mid-60s era Rambler cap. 10 inches in diameter. Embossed on the back, you can even see the little indentions around the outside perimeter of the big R on the Rambler cap. That's right, you're going to need some sunglasses for that one. Randy at 10 and Alec at 10. I had Randy first, even though it was just by a half second. Chris at 10. I've got Randy at 10 to start with. Chris at 11 on YouTube. We're going to go ahead and get this thing rolling on the timer. Yeah, it's a good-looking little cap. Chris at 11. Yesteryear says it's 59 and 60, so a little bit earlier than what I was thinking. Yeah, that's right. The Rambler must have had a lot of variations. We looked at a lot of different ones from that era, and every one of them is a different style. So, Vic at 16 on Facebook. I've got Vic at 16. As we're going to wait towards the 1 minute mark, we'll do another one of our caps after this one, and then we'll do some emblems or something. Vic at 16 as we hit the 1 minute mark. Alec at 18. Minute 20 is passed. Alec at 18. Minute 30 is passed. Coming down to the wire, Alec at 18. Norma at 25. 20 seconds left. Norma at 25. Big Job at 35. $10. And that'll do it. Big Job at 35. All right, we're going to catch one more of our caps while we're here. We've done one or two similar to this in the past, but I don't think we've done one quite this nice. We probably need an Auburn badge. And this one, this one's probably going to be one of them sunglass things. It's got a few dingies in it, but this thing's pretty nice. Like I said, I've had a couple of these, I think, that we've sold, but this one, I mean, I'm sitting here, I get almost shaving this thing. It's like that nice. It's like you see the pupils in my eyes in this thing. It's that bright. So Like I said, we've done one or two of these in the past, but this thing is so clean and so crisp that I don't think we've done one quite this nice. This is another one of Addie's caps. I've only got this one and one more of hers. That's all she had ready, so she needs to get some more of those rounded up. But this isn't one of the old Nash caps like we've done in the past. But man, this thing, I'm warning everybody before I hold this up, be prepared, because it's bright. I mean, it is literally like a mirror almost. That's right, big job. The R is good for Ron, so. Oh yeah, Addie does have a few more caps. That's right. She's got a few more I forgot about. But this thing, yeah, this, like I said, we've done a couple of these. Look how crisp the Nash is in this one. If you repainted the letter in this thing pops. Alec started us off at 30. Let me give you a size on this one real quick, and we'll get it on the timer. Once again, right at 10 inches across. Alex says 25. I've got Alec at 30 on Facebook already. Let's get this thing on the timer. But yeah, this thing is like I said, it's like a mirror. It's that bright. I mean, you can see the Roadrunner jacket. You can see the Pontiac print right up there in it. I mean, you can see everything in this thing. It literally is like a mirror. Alex at 40. I don't know if the greatest show of all is nobody's, but we're trying. Joe can see himself in it from there. Yeah. Yeah, there's Facebook right there. Alex at 40 on YouTube as we hit the 1 minute mark. Oh, the back of it is clean on the back too. I forgot to point that out. This one does have a good back. One or two of these other ones have a weak back, but minute 20 is passed. As we get to a minute 30, I've got Alex at 40. $20 seconds left. $10 seconds. I'm trying to pay attention to everything, Ad. Kenny at 44. Alec at 50. And that does it. Alec at 50. Alex came back at 55 and Alec at 50 when we hit the 2 minute mark. So Alec at 50. That one got kind of interesting there at the end. But beautiful piece. So Alec Blanchett at 50. I guess I could take to my stylist to get a haircut with next week too. You can't bid on your own stuff anyway, Addie, so your bid wasn't any good for 62 cents. So So yep, Addie is hanging out with us right now on the computer. And let's see. Let's catch another license plate. Yeah, she's ready to fight. Let's go. It's on like Donkey Kong. Yep, stirring trouble up. This plate is kind of cool. I actually really like the look of this plate. All right. 1947 Kansas with just a great look to it. Few dings, few extra holes, but just such an awesome look to this thing. Check this thing out. I don't know what, it's supposed to be a cream color, like a off-white plate with black letters, but it just has just enough surface rust and patina. Joe's Mopar's here. Likes the videos. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, Addie should be doing homework, but she's giving me a bad time. Chris at 10, Kenny at 25. The back of it's still pretty good, but it just, the look of this thing, T69, it is a truck plate, County 69, number 990, 1947, Kansas. Kenny at 25. Yeah, it's got just a great weathered look, but it's pretty flat. It's not beat up. It's not twisted. It's not rusted out. Chris at 26. Just a cool look to it. I just like, man, that thing just has just the right, patina look to it, especially if you're building a patina car. Chris at 26. Let's get this thing on the timer. Brian Dispatch watch, get the motor in the caddy. Yeah, that was fun. Joe's Mopar Mess, his son and daughter love the videos. Thanks. I'm glad they're watching. I'm glad they're watching with you. I hope they are enjoying it and having a good time. Chris at 26. I am no professional by any means. I do my best. I try to put out decent content, so I'm glad you guys are enjoying them. But I've got Chris at 26 on the 1947 Kansas plate. Need to find some emblems and stuff too, don't we? Let's get some emblems. As we hit the 1 minute mark, Chris at 26. Kenny at 27. And we've hit the minute 30 mark. A minute 30 has now passed. Cool looking plate. Let's see who's going to jump in on it. Kenny at 27. $20 seconds left to go. Norma at 35. 10 seconds. And that'll do it. Norma at 35. That's a great plate for Norma's collection. Obviously, we all know Norma is a license plate fan. That thing is just such a great look. So, perfect piece for Norma's collection. Ford badge bundle. Let's do a Ford badge bundle next. 3 pieces. The first one is kind of rough, but it's cool. 35, 36 era truck. Had the V8 where the tips are broken off the V8. This was the ornament that went right across the crest of the grill. Has an angled cut on the back, which is where the radiator cap would have gone. Curved to go on the front of it. It had a little enamel badge here, which is missing. This does have some pitting to it, but it does still have the prominent V8 right there on the front of it. If you follow the curve of this thing, it's about 7 inches, a little over 7 inches. The next one we have, this is a 50, I think it's a 50 actually, 50 Ford Custom. Dented up here in the front. This is off the front fender, has the custom letters in it, kind of an arrow look to it. 12.5 inches long on the Ford Custom. Whammo there, but super bright stainless on it on the custom arrow. The third piece in this Ford badge bundle is another V8. This is a early 50s era, 52, 3, 4, something like that. This is pop metal. Stud mount on the back on the cool little V8. I didn't figure that. I figured that's what you meant was 1951. I took that off the car and it came off of a 50. 2 3/4 across the span on the V8 with nice chrome on that one. So all 3 of them, I know this one's kind of rough, but it's also old, like 80 some years old. On the V8, this V8 and the custom. That's yeah, you can tap the dent out of this and have a cool little arrow piece on the wall. So all three, one deal, one money bid for all the Ford pieces in the little Ford badge bundle. Joe says he just loves them. They're not an expert. Well, these could be yours, Joe. Let's see what anybody thinks on the Ford badge bundle. All three pieces, one money. You can work that out and have a cool piece there. Jason at 15, Alex at 25. Let me get my notes made. Kenny at 20. I've got Alex at 25 on as my high bidder on the Ford badge bundle. Leave the dent, give it character. That's true. It does give it character too. We talk about that a lot. One of these other this last cap that Addie's got has a real bright shine and tons of little dings in it. It really kind of makes the piece. So, Kenny at 30, Joe's Classics at 31. One minute has now passed. Kenny at 32. Joe at 33. As we hit the 120 mark. $130 has passed. Joe at 33. $20 seconds left. 10. 'And that does it. Joe at 33. How about a little hood ornament? We haven't done a hood ornament in a while. Kind of a cool little piece. It looks great. It's chipped on the back, but it still presents well. So that's why I thought it was a cool piece. Where's our Dodge fans out? We got Mopar fans out there for this hood ornament. This is for an old Dodge truck like from the 40s. These are a really cool, very ornamental piece. It's got kind of the shape of the ram's horn in it, coming right at you. Now, this piece is actually chipped on the back. There's a little piece broke off of the back of it. So it looks great like this. Square the back up. Great decorator piece. Great to put in your man cave. But if you're going to put it on a truck, it does have a chip piece here. There's supposed to be an insert or something in here, but I don't know what it is. That's right, Randy. It is an Art Deco type ram. It's got the lines across the front. Curls back into the ram's head. Weston starting us off at 5. So kind of a neat piece. Comes all the way back in here. These were originally red. I don't know if you guys can see there's traces of the red paint still in here. X-ray at 10. Traces of the red paint in here. And these would have been red in these hash marks back here as well. This one never, this one never had wings. Weston at 12. So this just had kind of the Art Deco ram's head curved into the front of this thing on this old Dodge truck hood ornament. I think this is late 30s, early 40s. I'm not sure. I got it in a box of other parts. So Weston at 12. Let's get this thing on the timer and get rolling with it. Adam at 11 over here, but I've got Weston at 12 over here. As we tick along, I'll keep an eye on that. We need to find some more cool stuff to sell. As we come up on the 1 minute mark, Weston at 12. Everybody just kind of threw a few bids out there right out of the gate, and now we're just sitting there. I don't know what's going to happen on this. This ought to be interesting. That or Weston's going to steal it. That's always a possibility. Minute 20 is passed. Alex at 20. Minute 30's passed. We're coming down to the end. $20 seconds left to go. Alex at 20 is my high bidder. 15. Alec at 25 on Facebook. Yesteryear's at 25. I've got Alec at 25 over here. Just about down to the wire on this thing. And that does it. Alec at 25. Withrow's at 27, but that came in at 203. Yesteryear's at 30. Alec Blanchett at 25. Yep, that's why sometimes you just got to throw your max bid out there a few seconds early and take a chance at it. Something else I want to show you guys. We looked at these on Toy Tuesday a few weeks ago. I don't have any idea if there's any interest in them or not, but they are heavy. I've got two of them. We can do them individually or I'll do them as a pair, but I don't even know if you guys are interested in them or not. I was just looking around and saw these, and I don't really have a use for them, so I thought I would see if you guys were interested in these train cars. Anybody remember these train cars that we looked at? Well, these things are heavy. I have two of them. If you guys want to do them separate, we can do them separate. I can do them once. If nobody cares, we won't sell them at all. I'll throw them back in the box and see if I can find some more pieces to go with them. On these New York Central and Hudson Railroad train cars. So, I don't know if you guys remember looking at these on Toy Tuesday. They're in good shape. I don't have any idea on the age. I don't know anything about them. I just had two of them sitting there. I was like, I don't know if anybody's interested in these or not. So what do you guys think about those on the train cars, whether we should sell these or whether I should try to find some more pieces to go with them? But I had them in the box. I wanted to throw them out at you guys and see if there were any interest in them. They are the same thing. They're just one's painted all blue, one's painted tan and blue. Dana says 5. It's going to probably take... They are mantle pieces. I bet it's going to take $15 or $20 to ship them. So, I mean, they're going to have to be like $40 or $50 for the pair just to cover the shipping on them and everything. So, because these are cast iron. So, I don't know what you guys think about about these toys. They are cool pieces. They are great mantle piece, coffee table pieces. But these things probably weigh 2 or 3 pounds a piece. So, time I throw them in the mail, it's going to add up. I don't know if they'll flat rate them, but a flat rate box is $20. So, you guys tell me what you think. Bookends, yeah, that's true. They would work for. Yeah, they're about heavy. They're almost heavy enough to be bookends. About what you guys think of them, but like I said, for what they're going to cost to ship them, it may not be very feasible. So, I don't see anybody else getting too interested in them. We'll throw them back. If you are, just let me know. We'll sit them back to the side. I threw them in the box. I wanted to show them you guys tonight and see what you thought. Oh, well, if I can get a hold of some of this stuff. All right, we got cans, license plates, emblems. And let's go ahead and get rolling on some stuff here. Hubcaps, we got all kinds of stuff. We got a lot of stuff to do yet. John made it. Better late than never, that's for sure. Let's do another little handy oiler. The little handy oiler cans, the cute little handy oiler cans are always great. They're always easy to display. Another one I found in the mobile box. Looks really good. Nice paint on the little mobile handy oiler. Original top still on it. The little screw cap on the top. Yeah, I told you my throat was getting dry. I don't know if we'll get through the magazine tonight or not. On the little mobile handy oiler, David W. at 20. Keep out of the reach of children. A non-gumming lubricant oil with rust retarding properties. Home or office, automobiles, workshop, garage, sportsman. Has the little Pegasus over here on the side. Probably 60s era, probably late 60s, early 70s. 4-ounce can. 3 7/8 and about 5 with the spout. So, David W. at 7. Let's get rolling on this thing. Yeah, we may have to skip the magazine. I'm getting worse. Norm says, go ahead and skip it tonight. Yeah, it's not getting any better. I know that for sure. And we've always got next week, so. David W. at 7 on the little handy oiler. As we hit the 1 minute mark, Bill Disk at 9. A lot of you guys are saying go ahead and skip it. So and we might, yeah, we can always do it next week. It's not a big deal. So Bill Disk at 9. Randy says I'm starting to sound rougher. So we're about to the minute 30 mark. Bill, that's a cute little can for $9. It's not a high dollar can, but it's a $20 or $30 can. Minute 30's passed. Bill Disk at 9. X-Ray Dean 10. 20 seconds left to go. $10 seconds left. Jason at 15. And that does it. Jason at 15. All right, let's get to Addie's last cap for the night. We did one similar to this a while back as well, but this one's a little bit different. It's a little bit deeper, and I think it's earlier because it's different. It's deeper and it's a little bit different font on the letters. On this old Buick cap, this thing is so cool because it's got all these little teeny tiny dings in it. Still presents well, super shiny. You might need sunglasses for this one. But I think this is like a late 30s era Buick cap. Some scratches and scrapes, but it's got, I don't know what happens. It's got all these little tiny dings in it. The Buick letters still look good. She did repaint them or touch them up. So the black has been redone. The back is intact. But it's weird because it's got all these little tiny dings that are like the character of the cap. But you can still read the Buick and it's super shiny. So probably hit the side of the road a few times. They kept finding, yeah, that could have been it. It could have just kept bouncing off. That's a good point. So on the Buick cap, this one diameter-wise, it's about the same as the others. Little over 10 on this one, 10.5. Auction off a front bumper, 56 Mercury. I want to see you hold that. Yeah, 56 Mercury front bumper is pretty much the whole nose of the car. So on the old Buick cap, late 30s, early 40s era. What do you guys think of the Buick cap? It's been kicked a couple times as well, too. Yeah, that's what's weird. Battle scars. That's a good way to put it. But the Buick is still, the stamping on the Buick is still clear. So that's kind of what makes it cool. Randy at 10 on the Buick cap. It does have the lines all the way around the outside perimeter as well on this one. So let's go ahead and get this thing on the timer. It is, like I said, like we talk about on a lot of this stuff, this display stuff, it's not perfect. It's not a mint $200 piece, and we don't care because it's a man cave item. So the battle scars, the nicks, the scratches, the dings, that's what tells the story. That's what you know. That's how you know it's real. It's not one that was stamped out in China. When you hang it on the wall, it looks great and it makes a statement, and that's the whole point of it. So we're taking along Randy at 10 on the little Buick cap. Kenny at 12. One minute has passed. That's right. Michael agrees. It is character. It's great when it gives them character, but doesn't destroy the stamping or the identifying marks of the piece. Randy at 15. Minute 20 has passed. And we've hit the minute 30 mark. Kenny at 20. 20 seconds left to go. 10. And that'll do it. Kenny at 20. Randy's back at 25, just a hair too late. How about a Chevy badge bundle? Haven't done a lot of emblems tonight. We got a few of them. We got a few of them laying here. We need to get squeezed in. On the Chevy badge bundle, this is like early 60s stuff, probably. Starting off with the round Impala, about a 62 era Impala. Need one of those probably by now. What the heck? We need both of them. With the legs about 2 3/4, without the legs about 2 1/2. Big Job's at 10. We ain't even got here and just got the first one up. Big Job starting us off at 10. The next one is a set of rally flags. 62 3/4 fender era rally flags. These are originals. About 4 1/2 wide on this one. It is pretty flat. Stud mount, pop metal badge. Studs and nuts still there on that one. And the third one, a super cool set of rally flags with the Impala on them. So a combination of both of the last two emblems. This is about 4 3/4. Alec at 15 on Facebook. Doug made it tonight. Brian Dispatch fading out. Catch the rest tomorrow. Great. So Impala emblem, rally flags, and combination of the two. Big Job at 20. Kevin L at 25. Let's get this thing on the timer. Kevin L at 25 is my high bidder on the Chevy badge bundle. Yesteryear's got to sign off. Glad you made it for a while tonight. Kevin L at 25 is the high bidder at this point. As we're getting close to that 1 minute mark. 1 minute has now passed. Kevin L at 25 is my high bidder. Vic signing off on Facebook. Glad you were here for a while tonight, Vic. Kevin L at 25. All for one bid. Minute 20 has now passed. And we've hit a minute 30. Coming down to the wire, 20 seconds left to go. Norma at 30. John at 26. I've got Norma at 30. Less than 10 seconds. Alec at 32. And that does it. Alec at 32. Kevin L came back at 35, just a little bit too late. So those are kind of a cool little batch of emblems there. License plate time. This is a great looking plate. The gloss on this thing is amazing. Standard size, 12 by 6, Kansas, 1959. Great colors on this 59 plate. 3-digit on this kind of orangish yellow and blue. I don't know if you can see the shine on this thing. The gloss on this plate for being, 64 years old. Yeah, there you can you can get the gloss where it gives a reflection on it. The back looks pretty good on this thing. 3-digit 206. It was used. You can see, right here, you can see where it had screws in it. So it was used for a short time, either just used part of the year or on something that was always kept inside. But like I said, 3-digit. Chris is starting us off at 10. This is a full rectangle plate. It's got the state of Kansas stamped in the corner. Tweedledee at 20. Yes, right. Hope I shine like that at 64 too, Kenny. Let's get this thing rolling. Tweedledee at 20 on the 1959 Kansas plate. Alex at 30. David W. at 35. As we're coming up on the 1 minute mark. That's right, Mike. It is a lot easier to remember the letters than the numbers. Yep. SF Stafford County, just south of where I'm at. That's right, Ozark Fox. It is the old Earnhardt colors, the old Wrangler Day colors. David W. at 35. Kenny at 38. As we hit the minute 30 mark, 30 seconds left on this one. Alex at 40. Wheat State across the bottom. Norma at 50. Ten seconds left. And that does it. Norma at 50. All right, another one for Norma's plate collection. That's a beautiful piece, though. I mean, the colors on that thing just boom, they pop. Okay, a few more pieces to go yet tonight. Got some cool pieces yet here. So the next one, we're going to go back a little bit in age. This one is kind of chipped up, but it's there again, pushing 100 years old. Not quite there, but pushing 100 years old. On the 1929 Plymouth Radiator badge. The little enamel badge for a 1929 Plymouth has some chipping up here. Part of the ship is chipped out and a little bit of the blue above the Plymouth. The Plymouth letters obviously still very legible. It's about 1.5 inches tall by about 1.25 inches, so not quite square, about 1.5 inches. It is pretty flat. It has a screw in the back is how it was mounted. So, like I said, it's got some scuffing. It's got some chipping. Alex at 40. But there again, it's a 1929. X-ray at 15, but I've already got Alex at 40, David W. at 45. Let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. Let me get some notes made. David W. at 45 on the 1929 Plymouth badge. So we can see the body of the ship here, but the sails are chipped out. But there again, it's 1929. So I mean, it deserves to have a few battle scars after since it's 1929. But Alex at 52. Yep, you can touch it up with a little nail polish too. It is just a white in there, and it is actually sunk in. I don't know if you guys can tell it, but that is actually sunk in. So that would be real easy to touch up with a little bit of white paint and still be able to see the ship, since it's actually in the metal. It's not on top of it. So it'll be real easy to touch up. As we just roll past the 1 minute mark, Alex at 52. And 120's passed. And I did find some more of these early badges today, so we will have some more coming up in the coming weeks. I ran out of time today getting stuff ready. So 1:30 has passed. Time I got those piles cleaned off those desks in here, I was running behind. 20 seconds left to go. Alex at 52. Ten. And that does it. Alex at 52. All right. Next piece up for auction tonight. I'm going to give you a Hudson badge, though. I'm sure you guys are getting thirsty. Yeah, no headshots this time. That does happen sometimes, Alex. There are some headshots out there sometimes. I may have one more box of these. I'm not sure if this is the last one or if I've got one more, but I know I'm down to the end of these. We've sold 1 or 2 boxes of these before. They're not really good for anything other than the fact that they're cool. Of course, that's like 90% of what I own. Ain't good for anything, but it's cool. From the Auburn Cord Duesenberg Company, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. The piston rings. We've seen them before. This is the last one I've got in the auction box. I may have one more in another box, but I know I'm about out of these things. So, Auburn Cord Duesenberg Perfect Circle piston rings. These are full. They are Newell stock. It is sealed. Or no, this one isn't sealed, I guess. This one is not sealed. Some of these have been sealed. Let's see if this one will open. We'll take a peek inside of this one because these usually the tape is still usually stuck on these. So I know you're not going to use them, but you can put the box on the shelf and your buddies can look at it and say you have Newell stock stuff from the Auburn Cord Duesenberg Company still on the shelf. But they are still in here. I don't think we've ever opened one up. I think they've all been sealed before. There you go. Make them into earrings. So, let's see, put bag away. Since we haven't even opened any of these before, Joe says never going to use them. Hold his Coke. Instructions, rings. So that's what's actually in one of these. I really don't think we've opened them. Alex says 50. Put these things back away. Tuck them back in there. Close them back up. Leadership, integrity, service, perfect circle. Alex says 50. Let's get this thing rolling. Perfect circle piston rings on the back as well. And we're ticking along. Alex at 50. At least you do know they are standard. It hasn't been punched 30 over, so. That's true. You never know when Auburn's going to need rings. As we're getting close to the 1 minute mark, Alex may have scared everybody off. Because there's 1 minute, nobody's messing with him. Sometimes that works. That's happened a few times on her before. Somebody just goes in, throws a number out there, and nobody else wants to mess with them. Because all the guys who were probably thinking 30 or 40 bucks, it knocks them out. So, minute 20 has passed. I didn't count. I think that must mean 8. I didn't count them all, but I'm assuming that means 8. That's probably about what was in there. Minute 30 has passed. $20 seconds left. $10. And we'll mark him to Alex for 50. Nobody wanted to mess with him. That happened once or twice last week, too. Somebody just, boom, threw a number out there. There's like, took care of it. Alex was going to make sure he was covered. He threw 75 out there. But fortunately, we were already done. Okay. I've got a badge, a can, and a cap laying out here. Yeah, they are cool, Alex. I've got a couple boxes I kept for me too. So, yeah, like I said, if you think something's worth $50, all those guys that are probably thinking, because something like that, 30, 40 is reasonable. All those guys thinking that, boom, they're out. They're done. They're out. So let's do a can, a cap, and a badge, and then we'll wrap it up. How about one of that badge? This is a quart can. This is a great can too. A little bit of surface rust, but absolutely awesome colors. It is metal. No barcode. It's got to be 60s, probably early 60s. So it's probably 60 years old. Beautiful, bright colors. Cool can. I really dig it. The only reason it's here is because I made very sure that we had two of these before it ended up here. On the Texaco outboard motor oil with Royal Guard in purple. A little bit of surface rust here, a little bit of surface rust at the top. The purple on this thing just pops. And then the red and the Texaco against it, against the white background. Texaco outboard motor oil with Royal Guard 50-to-1 outboard oil, especially recommended for the lubrication of all two-cycle outboard motors where the oil is mixed with gasoline. Recommended for use at 50-to-1. Tweedledee at 20. Also recommended for all other two-cycle engines where outboard motor oil is specified by manufacturer. Reduces spark plug fouling, keeps engine clean. Always thoroughly mix fuel and lubricant in a clean container. Has the flowing stripe along the can around the information. SAE 30 has the boat motor on the front of it. This is a great can. Like I said, it is all metal. It's been drained at the bottom. We still see the metal seam on it. Like I said, a little surface rust around the top and bottom edges, but absolutely amazing colors on this Texaco outboard can. Tweedledee's at 20. Let's go ahead and get it on the timer. And we're taking along. This is a standard size quart can. 5.5 by about 4. Just your normal round quart can, what you would expect, what you're used to. Tweedledee at 20 on this thing. Like I said, the colors on this thing are just amazing. And all metal. It does have a few dents and dings in it from years of storage, but it is honest to goodness, all metal, actual paint. So, great piece. As we're coming up on the 1 minute mark, Tweedledee gets this for 20. That's going to be a steal because the colors on this thing are amazing. As we hit 1 minute, John at 21. Minute 20 has passed. And we've hit the minute 30 mark. 30 seconds left to go. John at 21. $20 seconds left. Tweedledee at 35. Lee at 25, but already had Tweedledee at 35. 10 seconds left. And that does it. Tweedledee at 35. All right. Number one's got to bail off. Glad you made it for most of the night. Yeah, you owned for a few seconds. One more cap, one more badge. This is another cool cap, 30s era, original, kind of banged up, kind of beat up, but still super cool. This is a smaller one with the V8 on it. I love this old V8 stuff. We see the Art Deco style V8 in this thing, the rings around the cap. Things, dents, scuffs, scratches, the thing, but there again, the thing's 80 some years old, probably 85 years old. The back is still intact. Love the way the V8 kind of has a flare on the V and then the tips on the V, the big bottom and the tiny top on the 8. 6 3/4 across the diameter on the little V8. I think it is a Ford, is my guess. I don't know exactly what year, but I'm thinking it's mid-30s Ford. So I had in a box of caps that we've had. So I think it's mid-30s Ford, 33, 34, 35, 36, something like that. But super cool V8. Back is intact. And a good-looking decorative man cave cap. John started us off at 20 on the little Ford cap. This is all stamped in. It's all embossed in this, and as well as the rings are as well. So it is all, those features are stamped in. John at 20, let's get this thing rolling on the timer. Ozark Fox agrees with Ford. As we're working towards the 1 minute mark. Auburn badge. And 1 minute has now passed. John at 20. Minute 20's passed. As we come up on the minute 30 mark. John at 20, and that's it. Nothing else happening. 30 seconds left to go. Colorado Memorial at 21. Yeah, closer to 90 years old. That's true. 15 seconds left. Colorado Memorial at 21. 10 seconds left. Pete at 23. Jason at 30. Big job at 30. And that's it. I had Jason at 30. He was the first one. Big job was right after that. I had Withrow at 30. All right, let's catch one more badge. Yeah, that's kind of about what I'm thinking, Alan. 33 Ford, somewhere in that area. So anyway, one more badge, then we'll be wrapped up for the auctions tonight. Then we'll catch a few more things. We'll probably cut the magazine until next week because I'm wearing down quicker tonight too than normal. I can feel it. So one more piece. Let's get one more badge. One more piece for our Chevrolet fans tonight. A mid-30s Chevrolet grill emblem. This is a Veed emblem that went on the grill. It is missing one stud. One stud is there. It is missing the other one. Does appear to be original paint. Pretty decent chrome on this piece. Not counting the V, it is about 6 1/4 across the back. But that's not counting the V. That's going straight across the back. Kenny started us off at 30. I think it's car, but they were very similar. They both use something very similar. And a little over 2 inches tall. So Kenny starting us off at 30. Let's get this on the timer on the mid-30s era Chevrolet grill badge. And we are live. We are taking along. The paint does appear to be original with scuffs and scratches. The chrome obviously is original, has a good shine to it. Notched on that where it went on the center grill bar when it mounted on the grill. Kenny at 30. Better give you one of these badges. As we come up on the 1 minute mark. That's right. If you think you talk, think about what it can tell you. That's for sure. Kenny at 30 as we hit the 1 minute mark. But man, it has been crickets. Could be good for Kenny, could be bad for Kenny. Sometimes crickets is almost more scary than somebody bidding. Minute 20's passed. We've hit the minute 30 mark now. 30 seconds left. 20 seconds left. Norma at 40. $10. Kenny at 48. Pete at 47. I got Pete at Kenny at 48. And that does it. Kenny at 48. All right. That'll wrap us up for tonight on auctions. Appreciate everybody playing along. Had a great time. I got more cool stuff coming that I found this week. Just didn't have time to get it already. So we've definitely got a lot more neat stuff coming. Just kind of ran out of time with everything I needed to get done today. Even though I was in the shop the whole time, I got into some of these other projects that took too much time. So that happens sometimes too. All right. Well, a lot of you guys said just skip the magazine, so I think that's what we'll do because obviously, I mean, I've already about drank my whole cup of water and I'm coming down quicker tonight than I normally do. So we're going to push the magazine off till next week. We're going to catch the second half of the 25th anniversary of Motor Trend from January of 1975. We'll wrap that up next week. I've got all my notes ready. We'll just move this one forward to next week and wrap it up then because we want to get to the announcement on the raffle situation. The raffle situation this month is already pretty cool. It's already pretty epic. Because as you all know, if you missed it, I'll give you a quick synopsis here. These pieces right here were all done by our good friend Randy Weininger, who hangs out with us on here regularly. Randy is a professional sign painter, and you can see a lot of cool pinstripe work on this stuff. That's because he trained under Ed Big Daddy Roth and Von Dutch. Worked with both of them back in the 70s. Literally crafted his trade from the masters in our world of art. I think Big Daddy Ed Roth and Von Dutch could be considered the masters in our world of pinstriping and hot rodding. So that's where these came from. So who's in? And then we're going to tell you what's so exciting about this. This week, the third week. Yeah, that is, it's well, talk about a resume. That's right, John. Who got in this week? We've got two other bundles from the first couple weeks of people. I've read those off in the past. But the names that are in here right now, and I'm sure you can see some familiar ones in there. So this week, who got in? The raffle is February 5th, I believe. Yeah, have Heather stand in for you. I think we decided February 5th was when we were going to give this away. Yes, February the 5th. And then we'll probably run February into March, since February is a short month and we're kind of cutting it off because the end of January is on a Tuesday. So it's kind of a mid-month deal there. So we may run the next raffle, maybe like 6 weeks. But February 5th is when we're going to give these away. Who's in as of right now from this week? Johnny Z, Mark Falcon. Because I got 2 of Mark's checks, one last Saturday and then one this week. So he's in there 2 separate times this week. It would have been last week, but I got his check late. Bill Disc. Dennis Chapman. Alec Blanchett. Big Job. Those all got in this week. So there's 3 packets, packet 1, 2, and 3 of all the names that are in here. We've got 2 weeks left, I believe, on it. Let's see. Yes, 2 weeks. We're giving it away in 2 weeks. You still got plenty of time to get in. So when we announced the raffle a few weeks back, and we talked about these awesome pieces that Randy did. Well, obviously, we got the big sign here. These are hand-painted, one-off. If you want something custom done for your car or to your car, Randy can do it. These are one-off pieces that he's not doing any more of these ones. These are just for the raffle. But the sign is 12 by 18. This is 12 by 18. This is a standard size license plate. So we had those 2 pieces. And we showed them to everybody. Everybody got super excited about it. It's like, man, that's awesome. Some of these he signed on the back. I don't remember if he signed those pieces or not. But so when we announced this, everybody was so excited about it. So we asked Randy, could you do one more small piece? I thought maybe you just take a small piece of metal and do some cool stripe work or something, because that's what those guys do. You know, this is all one off. This star is not exactly like that star, which is not exactly like that star, which is not exactly like that star, because this is all hand done. Now, from here, it looks awesome. But when you get right up on it, it's just a hair off because it's all original hand done work. No rulers, no nothing like that. It's hand done, hand painted, professional pinstripe work. So we asked Randy, could you do another small piece? And I thought maybe he had a little piece of metal, could do a little whip-de-doo on them, things like that, or something like that, you know. That way we would give away 3 full prizes. Everybody got an original Randy. All 3 names that came out of the can was going to get an original Randy. So I thought, cool, that's a great plan. So Randy's like, yeah, no problem. I'll whip up something little. Yeah. So here's what I get in the mail this week. And this, there again, and I've got a few license plates I'm keeping, but I get this in the mail. It's like, holy cow. So he did this one. That's right. Randy has created a conundrum for whoever's name comes out of the can first. I can tell you that right now. So all 3, the 3 names that come out of the can, you can't win more than once. We established that rule a long time ago. Once your name comes out of the raffle, you're out for the rest of them, so other people get a chance. So it's like I said, this is just awesome work. And if you look super close, you can tell they're not identical because this is all hand done. They match, and it's almost identical, but it's all hand done work. So amazing. And once again, like we've looked at the shading on the letters on these other ones that he did for us, we've got the silver shading on the letters against the black background with the red outline on the letters. So stunning piece. Absolutely amazing. So I put a little piece of wire on this one so I can hang it. We're going to hang that right there. And you got 3 choices. So I thought, wow, that's pretty amazing that Randy did that for us. So all 3 names coming out of the can all 3 names that come out of the big Buick oil can are going to get an original Randy. But wait. Yep, that's right. I said wait. Because there's more. But wait, there's more. It's like this, what are the commercials? But wait, there's more. Not only did Randy do that for us, he did another piece. Yes, that's right. We're going to draw 4 names out of the big Buick oil can. 4 people are going to get an original Randy because he did another license plate for the group. Is this not crazy or what? This is insane that Randy's done this for us. We all owe Randy a massive shout out because you think this stuff is good? Wait till you see this last one. Anybody remember the piece that Randy did for me? We looked at on this little piece of plexiglass. Super cool piece. He did one more plate that we're going to give away. Check this one out. So this is off the rails that Randy thinks enough of all of us to do this stuff. So we're going to hang this one up here by the shirt. And we got a little Randy gallery back going on back here. Yeah, it would have been good at Christmas, but I didn't get everything done. Randy sent, tried to do this a couple months ago, and I finally didn't get with him in time to get it done for Christmas. So 4 people get original Randys out of the raffle this month. So it is awesome that Randy thinks enough of us to do this. The work is amazing. The pinstripe work is amazing. All the little stars, the lines, it's stunning. Obviously, I've got some stuff that I'm keeping. I've got a few license plates that he made for me. Obviously, this sign over here that's where that one goes. That was signed. I sent him those dimensions, said I'd love to have a piece to go right here. And that's what that one was for. So yeah, it's amazing. It really is. It's amazing. The work is amazing. The fact that Randy thinks enough of all of us to want to contribute is just mind-blowing to me. So, like I told you guys, we had a big announcement coming for the raffle. I think that was a pretty big announcement that Randy was willing to do that for all of us for the raffle this month. It's just amazing. So, like I said, that's all one-off custom work. If you want Randy to do some work for you, if you have a sign you want made, you want a sign made for your car, you want a sign made for your house, you want a sign made for your shop, Big Jobs Man Cave or whatever you want, or Tweedly D's place, whatever you want. Obviously Randy's pretty talented to say the least. So if you guys want a sign for your man cave, a sign for your car, just in fact, Randy says he's going to offer a nobody's rate for any custom work. Just hit him up and he'll talk to your project. So if you're one of the nobodies, he'll even give you a little break on price. But like I said, it's just so cool. That's right, Kevin. That's the best way to put it. Nothing like hand pinstripe signs, and that's what we've got here. that's right, John. You barely sign a name legibly, and you look at this one here. Not only do you look at the lettering, and you've got the accents on the top of these. Then we've got the blue with the purple accents, the black with the silver accents. Just amazing work. So, like I said, something for your man cave, something for your car. You want something to put on your car at car shows. Or just like I've got the Nobody Else's Auto sign right here on the wall for all of us. Get one for your garage, your man cave, whatever you want. Obviously, he can do it. So, Randy's in Ohio somewhere. I don't remember exactly where, but I know he's in Ohio. So, yeah, whatever you need to give those guys to get a hold of you, Randy, if that's fine, whatever you want to post up or however they want to get a hold of you, just whatever you need to put up there. But it's pretty neat stuff. So, pretty excited for the raffle this month. But like I said, I told you we had big raffle news. I think that was big raffle news. Let's get on with new inventory and what else is coming up. Yep, Holy Toledo. That's right. It does, yeah. It reminds you of the good old days back when those guys did it. And like I said, this is a direct lineage back to the Masters. And I keep going back to the Masters because Ed Roth and Von Dutch were the Masters. That's who Randy trained with. Direct lineage to the Master. One of the guys that is carrying on the legacy of Von Dutch and Ed Roth, the most iconic pinstripers in the hot rod world. And he's hanging out with us doing cool stuff like this. So, Randy says when he's on vacation, he can do custom work on cars when he's out traveling, and he does do work at several car shows. So, if you're anywhere near his area. So, anyway, super cool. I don't think any of us can thank Randy enough, not only for the pieces that he's made for me that we can put on the wall on display, but the fact that he did this custom work that is going to allow some of you to add it to your personal collection. So, I don't think Dean Martin would be singing anything about what we got going on here. That's for sure. Yep, Alex. Randy trained with Ed Big Daddy Roth, and he trained with Von Dutch both. He worked with both of them. So, like I said, it's lineage back to the Masters. Carrying on the work of the Masters, learn from the Masters. Anyway, let's get the new inventory and what videos are coming up this week, and then I'm going to wrap this thing up while I still do have somewhat of a voice. I did pick up a couple of cars this week and a big load of sheet metal. Had a big load of sheet metal come in. A guy brought up to me a whole full car trailer load of doors, trunk lids, hoods, a lot of Chevy stuff. Chevy pickup doors and hoods. A lot of Chevelle stuff, doors, trunk lids, hoods, El Camino doors, some bumpers. What else was there? A lot of Chevelle and El Camino stuff. I do remember that. A little bit of F-body stuff, some second-gen F-body doors, some Chevy pickup doors. So I'll be bringing some content on that. That's right, John. It is. It's nuts that we have a guy like Randy here that learned from those guys and did that stuff for us. So, Randy ever met Gene Winfield? I'm sure Randy has. I know I have a few times. Great guy. Gene Winfield's an awesome guy as well. Actually, he gave Addie a welding lesson one time. That was pretty cool too. Gene Winfield actually gave Addie her first welding lesson at a car show one time. So yeah, I don't know if Randy's ever met him or not, but he's a super cool cat too. So I had a big load of sheet metal come in. We'll be bringing you some stuff on that. I picked up a couple of cars this week. 64 Buick LeSabre 4-door hardtop. Complete car, just an old car, been sitting for years, but it is a complete car. It is a 4-door hardtop. As well as a 1977 Le Mans Sport Coupe. Those 73 to 77 A-body GM cars, they're tough to find. So I was glad to get another one of those. I didn't have any Pontiacs at all in 73 to 77 A-body, so was glad to be able to pick up the 77 Le Mans Sport Coupe. My buddy Mike Keller found it for me with a guy that he knew up by Hayes, so we went and grabbed that this week as well. We will be bringing you content on both of those cars as well. Throwing Sparks would love to meet Gene Winfield. Yeah, like I said, I've seen him at several car shows, talked to him several times. He's a great dude. So Randy has met him and continues to see him at Detroit Autorama. Chops the top during the show. He loves to share his skills. And that's exactly what he did with Addie. We were at World of Wheels in Kansas City several years ago. She was probably 13, 14, something like that. We were talking about welding. And he just grabbed her and said, "Come on, let's try it." And he drug her, pulled her back behind the ropes, threw a helmet on her, and started laying some beads down. So it was a super cool experience for Addie. She literally had her first welding lesson with Gene Winfield. So that was pretty cool. So, yeah, he is the chop master for sure. That guy is a master. He showed me the right way to lead. Yep. There again, there's not a lot of guys left around that know that stuff. So he's a super cool cat. New videos coming up. We'll get some new inventory up. And like we talked about a little earlier, I'm going to get some more of those Pioneer Village videos up Wednesday night and Friday night to correspond with the American Pickers broadcast on Wednesday from Pioneer Village. So that will be coming up. And like I said, A lot more new inventory to share with you. I've got a lot of stuff in the can and several cars we haven't even shot yet. So a lot of that stuff will be coming up. We will catch Toy Tuesday live as well, like usual. Don't have any plans to be gone this week, so we'll catch Toy Tuesday live. We'll get these other videos up. And with that, I'm going to get ready to wind things down since I'm about out of water and I need it. I can tell. We'll wrap up the magazine next week. I'll keep an eye on comments for a few more seconds here as we wind down and try to catch everything before we get done. And hopefully plan on seeing everybody Tuesday for Toy Tuesday next Sunday night. We will have another full episode. Hopefully I should be able to talk again by then. And 2 weeks to the drawing for this amazing hand-done pinstripe stuff. So definitely get, yeah, I know it is almost 10. It is getting late. We still went a long time tonight. We had a lot of stuff to talk about in open chat. So we were actually a little bit behind the gate right away since open chat went about twice as long as it typically does. So probably a good thing that we did skip the magazine since we're so much in open chat with Barrett Jackson coming up, the Pioneer Village stuff coming up, all the new stuff about Old Cars Weekly. Let's see. Kevin, I'll start watching Toy Tuesday, start teaching on Tuesday, so I have to miss the next 12 weeks of Toy Tuesday. But you always catch it the next morning or a little bit later, so try some Fisherman's Friend throat lozenges. I'll need to try something, that's for sure. Joe got wrapped up at the moment. I'll look back and PayPal tomorrow. No problem, Joe. And if you're not sure, just call me. That's why I keep my list. I keep a notepad, keep it all wrote down right here so I can log it all. So if you're not sure, John, you can call me tomorrow. Joe, you can call me tomorrow and we can go over it just in case there's any questions. Michael says on Facebook, you'll go hydrate. Yep. Michael's in for the raffle as well. Sweet. Glad you're in, Michael. Yeah. And I feel great. I mean, I really have felt great other than I'm just dry right here and scratchy. Yesterday morning, I felt really wonky, but I felt great since yesterday morning other than this is just dry and scratchy. So hopefully I get over it. Hopefully it isn't too big a deal. Let's see. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week. That's right. Same bat time, same bat channel next week. Definitely. Halsman, the lip is. I need to try something. I'm gonna try to drink a little more water. So, but anyway, yep. Toy Tuesday is still on at this point, unless something really gets haywire. But shouldn't be a problem to do Toy Tuesday. And with that, we'll go ahead and wind up. Lots of good nights popping up, and hope everybody has a great week. We'll definitely plan on seeing you Tuesday. Do not miss Wednesday night with American Pickers with Pioneer Village. I will be getting more Pioneer Village videos up to correspond with that. Hope you guys enjoy those as well. Subscribe to Old Cars Weekly. Lots of new things happening there. And that's not a bad plan either, Ozark. Just get some moonshine out. Even if it don't kill it, you won't feel it. So that, or it may strip your throat. It may just strip the meat off your throat too. So stay tuned. Catch all that this week. We'll definitely see you back here next Sunday night, 7 o'clock, Sunday night live chat for more Sunday night shenanigans. Tell your friends about it. We'll get some more stuff sorted out for the auction box. We still got a lot of stuff we didn't get to tonight, but I've got a lot more cool stuff. One more Hudson. There we go. That's right. Big job. A lot more cool stuff to go. Like I said, I found a lot of cool stuff this weekend, and weather's supposed to be halfway decent this week, so I'll get some more stuff done. And we'll get those auction boxes refilled with some more cool stuff for next week. We'll catch the rest of the magazine. And one more time. We usually don't do this, but I think this is worthy. One more time with that one. Yeah, kind of forgot about that. Had to do that one more time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Everybody have a great week. Everybody have a safe week. Hope it's productive. Hope everybody's feeling good. Hopefully this weather cooperates and we can get through winter in one piece. We'll see you all Tuesday night for some Toy Tuesday. And if not, we'll definitely hope to see you back here 7 o'clock next Sunday night for Sunday Night Live Chat. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week.